Hi everyone, I am Margourtarotreader and today we're doing a personal reading for a client that will represent the sign of Aquarius. Prior to the recording, I call into the universe with my client's personal information because my clients remain private at all times. During the recording, there will be moments of silence. It is when I'm transcending to your spirit guides so they can start delivering the messages to you. As you already know, certain predictions can come about during the time frame that I give you. Certain predictions can and are allowed to change to an extent. Other predictions cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you and the people in question have to take in this earthly world. Okay? Angels of the universe and the heavens of God, thank you. Let's see. I will see the overall and anything that needs to be said to you and to acknowledge you and also to advices that the universe would like to give, your spirit guides would like to give, I'm willing to accept and transfer them to you. Okay, I want to thank you so very much, to you, my client especially, and of course to all the viewers. Please understand, it is a personal reading. Some viewers may or may not connect to this, and if you are, it is because you are being sent by your spirit guides to be here in my channel. I'll be more than happy to help you. Now, in reference to you, my dear client, it is what I love the most, what I do. Why? Because as you, my client, I do everything that I can for the best interest of you, always. For you and everyone else that I help and that I read and that I do spiritual work for. Touching bases in reference to your emails and whatnot, it is true. All the predictions that from your last reading have come about. It's probably close to 15 predictions that I've mentioned in your last reading have already happened. Normally people do ask me, how often can I get this reading? Well, as often as you need it. Some people get it every 3 days, once a week, once a month, every so often. It depends on the energies of the clients. If you feel that you need it for a particular reason, you can get a reading. If you feel that a prediction has already taken place and you want to know what's coming in reference because of that prediction or another one, you can get a reading. Sometimes people come in urgent readings, and so we see what's coming up and then they return the next following day because they need to know what else has come about or will be in reference to that. So, but in your situation, obviously, you know, I'm grateful, and I thank you for thanking me. I am just a vessel, if you want to put it, through the spirits into the universe, into my client's energy. And because you'll be very giving in your situation, the way you explain things and whatnot, sometimes when I ask the clients, tell me a little bit of what has taken place or tell me a little bit of the circumstances, situation, it is mainly because I need to see how does that client opens the energy for me in order to read you. It is for your behalf, not mine. And so that's why I ask certain questions sometimes to the clients before I start any reading. Number one, because I already know where you're coming from. Number two, I already know what's ahead. And number three, I need that energy to open up so I can be very specific with my predictions. Or as you already noticed, you've been a client of mine for a while. Not only do I touch bases on the prediction itself, but I touch bases with your heart, with your soul, with your body and mind. So, and I also advise the clients however best way I feel that they need it at that time. Sometimes I may be a little bit harsh, but you know, and I do apologize in advance for that. But sometimes I feel that it is directly sended because you must or you need it in that pattern, in that form. Okay. So let's get started, okay? And we'll move us forth with that. And I'm very glad that you've taken a lot of steps in reference to certain things that we discussed in your last reading, and in reference to those predictions also that you avoided quite a bit. And I'm very glad, and when I say that I'm proud of a client, please do believe that I am, because any little improvement, it's a magnificent improvement, I feel, for all of us. You know, we could decide to be in a moment of stagnation. We could decide to be in a depressive mode, but for what? It's not going to help you in anything. And if people come and feel what you're feeling, you're upset and depression, it's only temporarily. It's not a value to you. On the contrary, it's diminishing you in a lot of ways. And you don't want that. You don't need, no one needs that. We want compliments for the good and the positive things, right? So when we feel in that moment, in that stage, if you want to stay in stagnation, stay in the happy moment. Stay in the moment where you feel you thrive, you're happy and you fulfill. And that's where we all should be. If we can mend that in somehow, some level, start one step at a time to feel joyous every day about something, anything, then we can learn to adjust and continue that in a daily basis to the point where we can be happy every day and fulfill joy and complete every day. And when you feel this way, the universe receives such enlightenment that it brings it and gives it to you in that sense. So I must have said that because either you or someone that you're needing it, in your environment, or even someone that is looking at it. But anyhow, let's get started. Remember that this could be in the most recent past to the next 3 to 4 months, even weeks or even days. Okay, you already know that. Okay, I have a feeling that you will take a chance on that notion, if you haven't, about that particular relationships, the taste of it. I know you say that you're not, but I feel that you're gonna venture out in that. Why? Because you might end up decide to go one night and go to one of those clubs. You know what I mean? My client knows. And so you might feel that you have a connection there with someone. Okay. And let me just say, with me, as you already know, as my client, I do not judge. I understand where the clients are coming from, physically and spiritually. And that is one of the magnificent things about this, that I understand. I don't see wrong in my client. I see the why and how and when and how should you and whatnot, And so I kind of pinpoint where it is that, yes, I am not, I just heard someone say something. Yes, I am a reader and I am a spiritual worker. I am. And so therefore, for those reasons, I'm not just that. I become almost a therapist to my clients, and a lot of people do say that. Take it as, hey, call me whatever it is you want. Just keep it, keep it in a good spirit. Okay. But, and so how could I judge someone if I am not the one to judge? We all make mistakes in daily basis. We all sin in daily basis, just by looking, seeing, speaking, you name it. And so I am not the one, I'm just a messenger. Okay. Again, like a vessel, I'm just a messenger. And as a messenger, I can give such incentives, spiritual work or spiritual healing or spiritual therapy to the client. And I can understand where you're coming from, especially when you do right or wrong. Okay? So no judge to that. 2, 4. Okay. So, I did notice on all those people that you mentioned, but I feel that if the energy flows, I will let you know about them. Other than that, it may be, I will categorize them as someone from the past or new or however. You know how it is. Okay. 2, 4. There is another person that is coming in here. We're looking at a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, and Rising. He might be slightly older than you. I do feel that you have a catch for older men, even though young ones are, in your facility there, however way you want to call it. But for some reason, I feel that if you're looking for that stability, someone that is older can be the one for you, okay? Because you're needing someone that is more mature, not just by age, but someone that is mature in responsibility and obligations and knows how to settle. And I think that because you're seeking to be settled, to settle down, to be married and have children, and that's the frustration that you're having sometimes. So the cleansing that you are doing are not properly being done, is what I just heard. I'm not sure if you're just bathing into that product or whatever it is that you're putting in. And this is see, to each his own. But in my type, when I do spiritual cleansing for my clients, it not only do the clients get to take part of it, but also I do. I channel the energies at the right time, at the right day, when how I explains to the clients, and the clients will do certain things. Sometimes I have to mail them certain things, and sometimes they have to say certain things. It depends on each individual circumstances. Okay. But something about that spiritual cleansing that you've done, it is not particularly the way it should have been done. If you have also done a spiritual cleansing in your house, if not, that's also something that you are needing. Now, I am not those people that if I advise that, it is because according to the energies that I've seen the stagnation on my client and that I sense around their surroundings and in their home environment or family environment. So if I suggest that, it is because it's something that the clients do need. I don't just go nilly-willy and saying you need this, you need that. No, I don't work like that. Okay? I do not. Now, let's see. Yeah, I know you had a kick on that one. I sense you smiling out there. Yes. Let's see. I do see that your work is being in a stagnation kind of thing here. You're like taking it like you boredom kind of way, like you need something, you want something different now when it comes to work. I'm sensing that, and I feel that you're having to have some type of problem. It could even be with a male at this time is what I'm sensing, but we'll see as we go. It's someone that you consider a friend. I feel that there's a lot of gossip going on lately at work, and it will continue right before the year ends. It's something about gossiping. And I felt that you kind of said to me right now, well, how can I get rid of that mother effing, it just depends what they've done to you. I mean, there are things that you can do to get rid of someone, believe me, there are. As well as you can take out whoever. But I feel that the gossip is, yes, it can be partly because, you, but also because it's the environment that you're in constantly. It's almost like everybody has a certain pace of life where they drive out of knowing other people's business and then talking about it. And even if it's good, they just convert it into negative behavior. It's a lot of negative people around your work environment. And again, I will always recommend to not date anybody that you meet at work. Do not, because that could be, and it is one of the reasons why they gossip about you. Okay? Yes, unfortunately, as I was going through, and that, I wish that only the good predictions could come about, but unfortunately, if a bad one comes in, it's for a reason. It's for us to grow spiritually, mentally, and physically. You already know that, and I have to explain that each time. But, unfortunately, the prediction that I gave you about the other person passing, it came true, and it is what it is. Sometimes, and again, because I'm just the messenger and the vessel of the universe and the spirit guides, sometimes they do surprise me on what comes out of my mouth, because sometimes when I'm speaking, and when I'm rushing, it is because one energy after another is coming through. And so, and they're predicting and they're advising and they're telling and whatnot, so, and I my condolences to you and your family on that. But again, and congratulations on things that are positive that have happened because of certain other predictions, and also because of the certain things that you align yourself with. Okay. There is someone. Take a deep breath and slow down. Okay. There is someone from your past that wants to come back in. Let me see. I'm gonna have to say that person that got married, it was also in one of your predictions. Let's face it, he's not happy in that marriage, and I feel that he's just not happy, and he's going to very shortly regret marrying that person. Okay. You do keep a communication with that person, and that person will let you know certain things eventually. And the more you keep communication with that person, the more that person is going to want to come back. That person wants some type of interaction with you besides friends. The person that got married that was predicted, remember? Um, and unfortunately, you know, in one of your predictions, we talked about that I felt that it was a mistake for him to do so. But he, you know, it is what it is. He's not the one getting the reading, and that put you in advantage because you know what's about to happen to certain people. But there's nothing that you can do sometimes about that, especially if they don't believe in certain things and whatnot. It's a path that they have to take in order to learn to improve themselves in one way or another, okay? Or a path that involves them and also the people around, including you. Maybe a awakening moment for them and for you. The fact that he just got married and you maintain a friendship with this person, I think that you have to decide what will be the best thing. He needs someone to talk to, but eventually this might lead to an intimacy level between you and this person just got married. So I would suggest to think about it very, very carefully. He needs to give himself some time in order to get used to this marriage. um, but but if he continues having communication with you as a friend, it can turn out to be an intimate relationship. And that's going to cause a lot of drama for you because you're not needing that, because he's married. And also, he just got married and you don't want to be in such relationship. Okay? You don't need it. And so I just feel that you know, those feelings that you have for him might grow more than what you think it is. And he's not going to be the one to decide to want to walk away from that marriage, even though he's unhappy about it. Okay? So I said that. See, his feelings will grow for you more than for the spouse, unfortunately. You know, it makes no sense that he married this person because he's young. He should have just stayed single and date that person to understand the reasons why they are together or wanting to take that step. And also to value who he wants in his life, that person that he married or you. And I feel that obviously he wants something with you and you were just unsteady with deciding on what to do. In this circumstance with that person, I think that you had the leeway to decide and make him decide, you know. I don't think that you want to be the side piece for this one because your feelings are already there. And so you're just going to get hurt. So, let's see. I have to see the Cancer real quick, I was told. Yes, I feel that a lot of the stagnation is because you still have feelings for that Cancer. Deep down, you still are hoping that he will return and that he would want something stable later on. You know, later on in life, he will return to see if you're still there. But by that time, later on in life, you're already gone to experience, you already learned to grow more within yourself and to choose wisely what it is you want and need. Okay? And he might just come around when it's too late by that time. Okay? But that Cancer is busy right now, lingering into other relationships. As a matter of fact, I feel that he is seeing two women at the same time right now. Talking to one, fixing to enter into friends with benefits with someone that he's talking to, and he is seeing someone that he thinks that he's found the gold nugget, you know. Yes, and I said that he thinks. And when I say that is because he'll understand later that it's not all what craps up to be. Okay? Yes, you'll be surprised because I feel that some news are coming in reference to his life situation where he seems to be thinking that he has found a gold nugget with this woman, and he's probably going to start thinking that could be even serious with that other person eventually. It's not going to work though. Okay? I'm already telling you. Here what I'm sensing, there is a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, or Rising male that is coming in. So you will be intimate with someone else. I'm not sure if it's right before as we speak into the end of the year or into the first half of 2020. What I do sense is here, and I will tell you, there is, let me see here. Like I said earlier, when I was shuffling and also when I came into the to put the cards here, I do feel that you are going to enter, and it's possibly a relationship with a female. Okay, we have here a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, female, but believe it or not, there's a water sign. Now, according to how your energies are, you will probably indulge more into the water sign because you're going to feel what you've been missing, the attention, the affection, the love, the belonging to, you know, what you inspired of wanting in a relationship. And so I would say this: you're very easy to attach to someone because you're looking at their good side in the first hand and not the negative. And then when you come into that, then you start noticing that you're already too deep, too in. Okay, I do feel that if you haven't, you will enter into intimacy with a female. Okay, and there is another male that is coming into your path. I already see that. Let's see here. Yes, I feel that you're gonna have this friendship that you consider a friendship, and you know, you're just gonna feel comfortable with that person. You might decide to go one of these nights to one of those clubs, and then you're just gonna feel so chilled, so relaxed, and then feel free, and then feel like you're in the right place at that time. And it may be so. Understand that we also have Mercury coming retrograde here in all November. Can you believe it? Right where the holidays are hitting, right where we want to be out and about and have positive things. Well, Mercury, it's a good thing. It's not necessarily bad. If we prepare ourselves beforehand, we can be successful in observing that energy. Okay, and the thing about this planet is that it brings all the things from hidden from who knows, including from childhood sometimes, if we need to close those karmas that will return. But it seems to me that you're gonna have this person from the past coming in, this other person, and this other, you know, either by conversation or either by text or either by seeing them. And so you're gonna have a lot of that clutter, I call it, coming in, you know, right, I will say, you know, starting after the second week of October all the way to the second week of including December. So be very mindful of that these people are going to be in and out. Some you might decide not to have nothing to do with them. Some you might decide to continue their friendship or a relationship even. Okay, because I do feel that there is that Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising that is coming in here. And I think that she's coming in. If you were not intimate with that person, you're going to find out that during this time, during the holidays, you have this certain interest for that person. Or that person has interest toward you. You're going to change something about you. I'm not sure if you're going to change the color of your hair, or you're going to cut it different, or do something. And it's going to be to your positive. Okay? Something that you're going to do to yourself. If you haven't started going out to the gym or for walks, you're going to start to do that here in the very few weeks or months. You're going to start wearing certain clothes that acquire more of your voluptuous body, I heard. And so it's something about you that inspires that new you. And you should. Every now and then we need to hype ourselves. Not for others, but mainly for us. We need to continue looking good and vibrant, feeling good, loving ourselves. Every day, I want you to look at yourself in that mirror, butt naked. Say, yes, I love my butt. I love my chichis. I love whatever you want to call it. You love it and love yourself. Okay? Yeah. So, now, let me see. Do I need to see anything here else? Thank you. There's a change. I feel that you might do a small travel before the year's over or into the first half of 2020. There's a home environment that you're going to improve of some kind, I feel. Maybe you're buying a piece of furniture or something in the home, but it's positive, okay? Something that is coming into your house is positive, okay? There is a family argument that is coming up hand. Let's see here. It's a male. I'm not sure what that male is asking of you. I'm not sure if you lend someone or they lend you or something to that effect. It's a male discussion, a male argument here. It seems to be like an older person or a mature person here, okay? So it's a family issue related here that I'm sensing, okay? Due to outside parties that brings it in, and you know, again, avoid it because you don't need to be in that drama. Now, in reference to your job, again, I feel that there is a moment of you want some type of change. You just feel that you're ready for something else. I sometimes you even think of changing jobs, you know, or wanting to move to something different. So if you ever decide to do that, you have to do other changes in your life in order to bring this change. And when you decide to change any little thing, a piece of carpet included at your home, or something about you, when you make those changes, you bring them in a positive change. Like, oh my God, I love this, and so and I know that this is gonna be beautiful with me or for the home, whatever. See, you acknowledge positive things, positive comments to whatever it is you're doing, so that brings that change also in your environment. So you need to do like 3 things that are nice and observant for you, for your self-being, for your body and physical also. And then you can decide to want to see if you want to make that change within your work environment, like maybe ask for a raise later on or something, you know. Or maybe you want to change from the position that you're in to another position. You know, there's a change that needs to happen in your work environment. And I think that you've thought about it, and now you want to take that in, you know, probably at the end of the year or into the first half of 2020 is what I'm sensing here. I don't see you comfortable in that work or in that position or in that environment, okay? And I see that. But there is a change that you brought it up because you thought of it or you've been thinking about it, and so it will take place later, okay? Whatever it may be, I feel that it might even be a slight raise or a change from the job position to another one. Yes, and I do see that negativity of certain people there in your work environment. So again, I would suggest not to date anyone there. Angels of the universe and the heavens, show me what is it again? I'm not going to see anyone in particular. I'm not going to do a spread for anyone in particularly from all those people that you mentioned. I'll just see the overall energies of you and then those people around, okay? Unless I see it in this one different, then we'll see. But other than that, it is about you. Angels of the universe and the heavens, thank you. Thank you, I promise. Yes, there is someone out there that likes you, okay? Someone is watching you from a distance that has a crush on you. Yeah. We see some problems going on here between 2 other women. So be very careful with that, okay? It could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, or rising female. And it can also be because you're debating on whether or not you want to give this woman chances, either by friendship or relationship. And it can even be both. Keep in mind, okay? And we also have that water sign also, female as well. Between the Capricorn, is it the Capricorn that I heard? I think it is the Capricorn, because that's the energy that I sense here, because you still like this person, you're still getting to know this person. exactly, yes. So yes, he is seeing someone, okay. But he seems to like you quite a bit. So remember, date the person, get to know them, befriend them, and the more you get to know, the more you get to sense what they're coming about. Because if not, if you give the goods, then they'll just walk away right fast. They might come back again for the cookies, but then they'll leave again. You know, be knocking on doors, especially when Halloween is around the corner. They're gonna be knocking doors for cookies, not candy. Well, if you serve them cookies and candies, well, they just might stay, huh? Okay. Let's see. There is someone that is older that likes you, okay? And I do feel that this person is interested in a relationship here. And you probably don't want it because it's not your taste. He seems older, maybe a little off the weight, you know, just something about it. It's not ticking off with you. But if it's not your taste at this moment, then it's not your taste. It's not for you now then, even if they're there. It happens all the time. It's a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, and Rising, the one I was just talking about. Now, I do feel that you're going to resume some type of relationship with a female here, okay? Understand that if you decide to enter into that experiment, it might cost you a little bit more, it might make you fragile at one point, because you might think that you are falling for this person, and you might think that, okay, I like this, I like the way I feel when I'm with this person, or I like the way that person treats me, or I like the way it makes me feel, I like the exotic of the relationship, you know, or I like or I like the way I come, period, you know. So be mindful of those things, because I feel that you're just going to feel attached more towards someone, and the person is not going to be as attached to you, okay? Sometimes, and including women, are like men, especially when it comes to sex. Just because they are liking you doesn't mean that they'll be faithful to you. In other words, you know, they can be with you and be with someone else at the same time and be confused. And it happens quite a bit. If you meet someone that normally they date more than one person at a time, then it's going to be very difficult to be in one relationship, because they're not used to it. And even if they feel for you, they haven't learned to be devoted to someone, because they probably, whatever past issues they had, they never had someone to be faithful to them, and so therefore they do just the same. Okay, I feel that in some way it's similar to this Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Rising. And